heat waves, celebrity deaths. We're just filled with these constant distractions and things going on. And I love when media reminds us what really matters. Release the goddamn files. Just release them already. Make some arrests. Let's get these pedos out of here. So Buddy is a brand new horror movie directed by Casper Kelly. He's the creator behind Too Many Cooks, which, if you're unaware of, was a series on Adult Swim that was kind of a meta horror take on family sitcoms. This movie is very much a spiritual successor to that, in which it is a very dark take on Barney type of shows. You know, shows with a giant animal mascot that teaches kids about love and sings songs and play games. But this movie stars Delaney Quinn, Kristen Milioti, and Keegan Michael Key, and the story surrounds a group of kids, just like the ones that you would see on Barney, who come to terms with the fact that everything isn't the way it seems on their show, starring Buddy, a giant orange unicorn. He comes across as a friendly, lovable type of character that really cares about these kids and tries to teach them valuable lessons through music, through games. But then a dark realization sets in which these kids start to notice that it's not all fun and games. There's murder, there's abuse, there's a darkness to this character, and they start to realize that nothing was ever the way it seemed. They didn't end up on this show as innocently as they thought that they did. This film is incredibly dark, like not just in the horror aspect. The first maybe 20 minutes don't even really feel like a horror movie. They're like teases that there are going to be some horror elements. But as the movie goes on, the horror gets more intense, the gore gets more intense. And so you kind of feel like this darkness coming up more and more. And they do a great job of making Buddy feel like an actual, not only like a threat, but just like an almighty being that's always around. There's always his presence is always there, even when he's not. And a lot of that is due to the fact that this movie has such a great set work. Everything in the background looks like a Barney TV show. Everything is practical. Every flower, tree, mailbox, sofa, everything is its own character. It's a living, breathing character with eyes and a mouth. And they all fear this character that they know. It, I don't want to compare him to a god in this universe, but kinda. He has this power set that isn't really described. He's most powerful in this Buddy TV show land that he has all the kids in, but he still has some power in our reality. And so when he's in his world and you see all these creatures fear him and kind of like bend the knee to him, it helps build that presence even when he's not there. You feel the dread that his character might pop up. There was this always sinking feeling that when he wasn't on screen, I was afraid he was going to pop up in the back and kill someone, take someone. And a lot of that is also due to Keegan Michael Key's performance. He absolutely nailed the creepy, nice, hospitable, abusive, disgusting, kind of power hungry monster that he's supposed to represent. And then a lot of it is also due to the kids acting. The kids are the star of this movie about 75% of the way through, and they're absolutely amazing. They're not all supposed to be likable, they're all supposed to be real characters. They're children. They're put in this situation, they're not always going to feel the push to be brave, to do the right thing, to get themselves out of it. Some of them are going to feel the need to kind of sell the others out. Others are going to feel the need to kind of sit on the fence and not make a decision. And that made them feel all the more real. And you grow to care for these characters and you want the best for them because they're also children. Like any movie that has like children in danger, you're automatically rooting for the child to make it out alive. That's just, I think, your natural instinct, your moral instinct. And the fact that they're constantly in danger, it always has those stakes high. And like I said, Buddy, even when he's not on screen, you just feel like he's after these kids because they do make an escape. They do try to get back to the real world where they're from, and escape this kind of dreamscape land. And whenever he's not on screen, you know he's trying to get them back, and you're just constantly afraid that he's going to do it. Great work from all the actors. Kristen Milioti plays a mother in search of her child that's been abducted in Buddyland. She's a part of that second plot. She does one hell of a job with, honestly, the little time she has on screen. I think in total she's maybe in the movie for 15 minutes, 15 to 17 minutes, I'd say. Topher Grace also makes an appearance. He has even less time and he does great with it. He plays the dad to the kid that's also lost. So overall, everyone's acting did great. The writing was well. It didn't always feel like a horror movie, especially in the beginning, but it definitely built up to it and then ended off as a super dark, depressing, realistic horror movie. The biggest weakness of the film, I think, is actually also its greatest strength. It's actually its greatest strength, in which it's not subtle at all. It's super obvious that Buddy is supposed to be a metaphor, an analogy for these powerful, power hungry monsters that just want to prey on children. And you know who I'm talking about. It's Jeffrey Epstein, it's Donald Trump, it's all these elite pedophiles that want to prey on children. Buddy is a representation of them. He doesn't necessarily need these children, but he just wants them. They feed into this power that he has, and that felt too real and too connected to real life. And that's what adds to the want to see these kids, the want that you have to see these kids make it. You want to see them survive. You want to see them get out of there. But this movie is also incredibly realistic in how it plays them escaping. Their children. If you look at Epstein Island, you think to yourself, how many kids made it out of there alive? And then you look at the survivors, and it's incredibly depressing. And this movie uses that to prey on your emotions, to prey on your fear. It's one of these horror movies that sat with me. When the credits rolled, my mouth was kind of open, and I'm just looking at the screen like, I don't know how this was allowed to get made. And I can't believe that they went there. I absolutely love this movie in all the worst ways. I will never watch it again, and that's a good thing. This is a film that I think needs to be seen. It's going to make you uncomfortable. It's going to sit with you wrong, and that's the point. It's supposed to remind you that these things are going on in real life. Maybe not with the talking mailboxes and the talking couches, but they're going on with real children that are suffering at the hands of very powerful people. And it's an incredibly dark and depressing thing. And that's what makes this movie necessary to watch. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be frightened. And in the end of it, you're going to be disturbed even. But I think it's a movie that has to be seen. I highly recommend it. For me, it's a 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. The quality is great. It's pretty up there in my movies of the year. But yeah, no, I don't think I'll ever watch this again. Maybe if like a group of friends want to go see it, I'll go. But it's the kind of movie that's just gonna. I haven't gotten this feeling since I last saw Incendies. So I'll just put that out there. For those of you that have seen Incendies, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where after the credits roll, you're just sitting there processing everything. It takes days to process it. I'm going to be thinking about this movie for a really long time afterwards. I'm going to be just depressed. But I think that's a good thing. I think that's what this movie was meant to do, and I really liked it. But if you've seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you think, what you interpreted everything to be, and where you sit on everything. Please let me know. I'm super interested. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.